Hello everyone, back again. Today I'm just going to be doing a Darkdawn book review, okay? So I have so many feelings, and I know that so many people that I know have only, haven't even started Nevernight, so I'm I need to talk to people, and I was I haven't seen a great deal of reviews on Darkdawn on YouTube, and so I'm where do I put my emotions? So I'm going to do this. Today I'm going to be doing, it's a bit glary. Darkdawn by Kristoff. It is the third in this series. If you have not read Nevernight or God's Grave, go away. Go and read it, then come back. I promise you, you're not going to regret it. You're not. If you love stabby girls and shadow manipulating people, you're gonna live for it. Amazing. And all the swear words. If you're not allowed to swear yet, probably don't read it. Yeah, probably wait till you're a little bit older. That's fine. Okay, so I have sort of done up a little bit of a plan for this. So the first little bit is going to be the non-spoilers, because obviously I need to talk about all of the things in it that have hurt me physically and emotionally. But the first bit is just going to be spoiler free. So if you have read the other two books in the series, but you haven't gotten to Darkdawn yet, you can watch that bit and then you stop it and then come back later and watch the other bit, or just read it right the F now and then watch the whole thing, because I need to share it with people. Please comment and tell me about your emotions reading this damn book, because I need a community. And I know it's huge. I know the community is huge. So do it. Okay, so I've broken down the basics for a good final book in a series, right? So I have a few things that absolutely have to be in the book to make it that next level, right? So what was the first one? So literally devastation. I need to feel something. I need to feel an emotion, and it's usually just going to be how heartbroken I am. So I'm fine with it, but gotta be devastated. It has to answer all of your questions from the first and second books. I mean, sometimes you can get away with, leaving a little bit open and stuff like that. But with books like this, where you've got a city literally called God's Grave that have ribs, and they call it the sword arm and the shield arm and the nethers and blah, 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 you need an explanation, right? You need an explanation. So it has to have answers to those big questions. The end feels final. In saying that, I do enjoy a good third book that is just is this the last book? Is it going to be a next one? I like that, but don't leave it don't make it a middle book. That huge cliffhanger that's I need the next one, that can't be in a final book. It has to be a slightly open ending. It can't just be oh my God, I need more answers, because it's the final book. You're not going to get any more answers unless they bring out a novella afterwards or something. I don't know. But yeah, has to feel final. Character development, there has to be, the second books and stuff are supposed to have character development, but you're supposed to have that full character at the end, you need to have that full explanation of, I don't even know. I know what it is in my brain. I'm just I can't express it. I don't know. And also you have to have that little bit of comic relief. Okay. So I feel like I'm doing a DIY, how to write your own book. But I feel with something, especially with as much murder and darkness and everything that's in this book, those little bits of comic relief are vital in keeping that balance, I feel. And literally Darkdawn has every single one of these things. I was devastated throughout the whole book, and then the end just tapered off and it was finished. Like, perfect ending, devastation through the whole book, perfect ending. A couple of character development was, like, a couple of characters had really good, like, they developed well. I don't know how you word it. I don't know. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of characters, like, you saw that. I don't have words. Today. We'll get back to that. And then the comic relief. So if you've read Nevernight and God's Grave, you know that just those, it's not like ha-ha jokes. Like, it's just like those perfectly placed curse words and the footnotes. Yes, I know if you don't like footnotes, whatever, but this was perfect. Like, the footnotes where it was just like, I don't know, the narrator was hilarious, and you find out who the narrator is in this one if you haven't read it. Do it on it. But yeah, it just, I don't know, this book was mint, even if some of the things that happened in it I didn't agree with, but I'll get into that in the next bit. But that is my basic overview of, like, what I need to have in a good final book, right? Okay, so now, if you haven't read Darkdawn, bugger off, because we're gonna spoil it now. Yeah, we're gonna get right in there. Okay, so devastation. So, like, for me, like, devastation is mainly just, like, big deaths, right? Like, obviously with God's Grave and Nevernight, there's a lot of death because it's about an assassin, like, but just the main deaths. So, like, one of the first ones, like, okay, so it was 2 days ago that I finished it, and it took me a good, like, week and a half because I was dragging it out. Because I was like, oh my god, this is actually, it's finishing. And as J. Kristoff put in the very first book, Mia dies, right? What? You know, so you already knew that there was going to be a lot of devastation, but I just dragged it out so hard. But so the first, like, bit of devastation that I can, like, pinpoint in my brain is Wavewaker and Bryn dying right as they were, like, you know, about to, you know, get jiggy with it, you know, whatever. But, you know, like, it was just because Wavewaker wanted that theater and Bryn had just lost her brother, and it was just like, no, they needed happy endings, come on. But in saying that, the devastation I liked. Does that make me the saddest? Probably. But it hurt me. And you know, that just makes a good book. Anyway, then, like, so a lot of this devastation was deaths, but there were a few that were, like, choices that were made, and I was like, okay, so devastation is going to be, like, the biggest part of this spoiler video. But we've got, like, when Butcher died, and he called Jonan by his son's name. It's like Iacono or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I was just like, what? But also, not even just when Butcher died, in that same friggin' scene, Eclipse got torn the F apart. What? And Jonan tried to stop it. Yes, Jonan, but no. And, like, with when J. Kristoff put in the fact that, like, it was like dog whimpers are all that was, like, going through my brain when he said that Eclipse was just like getting attacked by this shadow viper, you know? Like, that hurt because dogs, man. Ugh. Just, that absolutely killed me. But again, good devastation. Yeah, I'm definitely a sadist. That's real. Okay, then we've also got when Mia picked Ash. I was very much ready for Mia to say, fuck off, Ash. I mean, not like that, obviously, because she obviously loved her, but I just, like, she killed Trick. Why is that not something that was bigger in her brain? It was just like, you fucked up. You done did fucked up, you know? Like, I just don't think that she should have picked Ash. I was not about that. I was not about it at all, because I was like, no. Trick's back. Trick is back. Trick came back for you. You can't pick her. No. Oh. In saying that, also, I would just like to say something that is not devastating in this book, that I didn't find devastating, because a lot of other people said, oh my god, page 374, devastation, oh my god, J. Kristoff, how can you do this to me? It's the page that Ashlyn died, and I was honestly just like, sick. Moving on. Trick's turn now. Literally, that was my reaction. I was like, this is not devastating. I did not like her. I can't believe you picked her over Trick. Goodbye. Honestly. I was like, no, I wanted her to die. Don't care. Whatever. I don't care if you don't like it. I didn't like Ash. Trick came back from the abyss just to get back to Mia. I don't want to hear about it. And then Trick then killed himself to get back to Ash, to tell Ash how to get out to go and get Mia. And he couldn't come back. No. So he's just all over the place, sacrificing himself for her. Oh, no. So many emotions. Yeah, so mad about that. Mad about it. I mean, I get it. BC, that's what makes it a good book, because you have so many emotions about it, even if it's anger at the outcome, you know? Anyway, whatever, maybe it's just me. Also, not something that was devastating per se, but something that I felt was not sad, but sad. I don't know how I feel about it. Like Aurelius finally flicking that cigarillo into the bookshelves and just burning it all. I felt like that was just like, I suppose that's probably under the end feels final, I guess, but I lived for that. It was so good. Like, yes, he died, but he was already dead, you know? That was great. Lots of death, loved it, but also like, good. I don't know, I'm rambling. Anyway, on to the next bit. So we got answers to questions. So obviously, right from the very beginning, when we got the first map, so as you all know, we have 3 maps in this book. Ooh, yeah, that's the right one. So you've got the Republic, and then you've got God's Grave specifically, right? So yeah, amazing. And then you've got the Crown of the Moon map that was tattooed on Ashlyn's back. So as soon as I saw that map in Nevernight, I was like, this is interesting. I was like, yeah, I get it. Like, it's called God's Grave, but like, it's just because like the island was just formed like that. And so they were like, oh yeah, cool. And it's got like spires that look like ribs, and I was like, oh, is he just playing with us, or like what is the go, right? And then you get the explanation that it was the moon. And also, can I just also say that I like the fact that the moon was portrayed as a male, because you always see like, I can't even think of the female words for the moon, but you know, like it's always the female moon, male sun, you know? I really liked that it was night that was female, that it was the moon was the night and the sun's sun. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen the moon portrayed as a male before, and I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was very clever, very good. But yeah, and then when Mia got to the crown of the moon, it was literally the moon's head. So Anais. It's spelled Anais. That's how he spelled the moon's name. That was the son of Ar and Nia. And yeah, I was literally looking for that explanation throughout both of the books. I was like, why is it called God's Grave? Why is it ribs? Tell me who it is. Tell me the god's name. I want to know, you know? And I love that it was the moon. Live. And then the fact that Mia and Julius absolutely killed it dead when they fought. I loved that. Gone. Amazing. Anyway, I'm rambling again. Moving on to the next little bit. So like, also answers to Mia's darkened powers. So you have Adonai, pronounce that properly. His blood magic with the blood speaking and such like that. So I was like, yeah, cool, awesome. But then they sort of gave that an explanation, but they didn't explain why Mia felt hungry when she was around other Darken, right? They didn't explain that. He didn't explain it. And I needed that answer, and it was obviously answered in it, because all of the pieces of the moon wanted to be reunited. They were wanting to be back together to be the whole again, you know? Great. And then the many became one. I think that was, look, it's been a couple of days, okay? I've been reeling the last 2 days, and I was like, no, I need to get it out of me, to get it out so I can process. Okay, then we've got, yes, the end feels final. Now this was probably the saddest part of it, just because in the final like bit where like he did the Dicta Ultima, which I looked up, and it's translates roughly to like the like final call sort of thing. J. Kristoff, I'm sorry if I'm not doing this right. If that wasn't what you were saying, but like it was like the last dictation for the whole, and like he did it in the other two books. Yes, no, he did. Yeah, as like a summary at the end of them. But I loved this one because it was, you know, I know you're all sad for her to go. Don't think that it's not me to, like, oh man. Anyway, so emotional about it. It was a really good end. I haven't had an ending like that it felt so final. I wouldn't mind having other stories in that universe, but it's very obvious that Mia's is done, you know? Like, especially with her, like, happy ending at the house by the lake with Ash, like, it's very obvious, like, she's not going to go anywhere near the Red Church again. That much is very obvious. She came back from the abyss, and she's just staying there forever and ever with Ashlyn. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's cute, whatever. Still hate you, Ashlyn, but I like it, okay, because Mia is happy. I'm just really glad she's happy. Also, I found out last night I watched an interview with Kristoff from Pierre Ford. Check it out, it's pretty good. Jay wrote 3 endings. 3 endings. 3 endings to that story. And he said that one was the least devastating. And I totally get that because like, yeah, like the 2 like shadow things that was Julius and Mia, in the end they were united. So it was like, it was a bittersweet death because they were just like, you know, they came together and they fell together, but then they saw the moon that they had become, you know, like it was good. It was a really good ending, but I wanted to see the dark ones. I want them, please. I understand that this is how it ends. I understand, but I need the really devastating ones. I need them. I really have a problem, but I need those other 2 endings. I want to know what happened in the other 2. I was half expecting Jonan to have to die as well because I thought, you know, all of the pieces of the moon's soul had to be united. I was fully expecting for him to have, like, for Mia to have to make this heart-wrenching decision to kill him, and then I was like, oh, but Julius is now becoming evil, so maybe he kills him. But didn't happen. Jonan is now the only Darken ever, and he's letting blood speaking. Cute. Not cute, but cute. Anyway, but yeah, also the final scene with Nia and R and the moon, like, and I can't say the name, so I'm just gonna call him the moon. And just like how he kisses one of R's eyes and then literally gouges out the other 2. Loved that, because it is so, you know, it was just, everything was put back in order, you know. There was no more never night, because it was night every 12 hours again, just like us. But yeah, I don't know, that was really good as well. Character development, I mean, I don't know if I got it right, like with the whole like development thing. I liked the development of Ashlyn, even though I hate Ashlyn. Just with how she originally was just rubbing Trick's nose in it, about her being with Mia, like literally rubbing his nose in it. Even in the end, she did it and he was like, look, the F, mate. And she was like, look, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. For her to go from, look, shit's gonna get done, whatever, to, oh, I didn't say I'm sorry, and I should have, even though I'm not sorry, but I did this. And Trick could have stabbed her right there. I proper thought that he did, and I was like, Mia's never gonna forgive him. It's done. He's never gonna get with her again. He didn't anyway, but whatever. You know. Okay. Gotta be calm. Also, the character development of Jonan. As a 9-year-old boy, I loved that through a lot of it, he was just like this trembling, like, just about to cry boy. It's like he literally had everything put in front of him before his sister took him, and he didn't believe her. Obviously, you don't believe an assassin that's just killed your dad when she says she's your sister. You just don't. But then, you know, there was just little bits where he would let her, like he let her sing to him on the ship in the storm, and you know, and it wouldn't, and she said that I can't get words out. She said that she wouldn't let him drown, you know, and he slowly let her, and I don't think he realized until the end that he was like, oh, yes, like, this is my sister. And I as a big sister myself, I was like, yes, you little shithead. But yeah, and then yeah, for him to go from that little, I mean, he was little through the whole book, but for him to then in the end be the one that stabbed the Julius shadow god with the grave bone, and to allow Mia to finally die with him. Oh, so good. And the fact that now he's living in the Red Church with Mercurio and everyone, and he's learning blood speaking. Just, I loved it. I loved this book. It was absolutely amazing. And with all of the different perspectives, and amazing. And yeah, and then the comic relief. So it's literally, yeah, the footnotes that we're talking about, like the top shelf smut, and just like the little bits where it's like the five bastards grin or whatever. Yeah, just, it's that very unique humor that doesn't make it light to read, but it just lifts it up without it being this depressing, like, I mean, it's not depressing, but it's, you know, it takes away that heaviness in the story. Just, what a gem. What a bloody gem. What a gem. Okay, so yeah, so that's all I have to say about it. I think I've run out of words now. But yeah, so, I mean, if you disagree with what I've got to say, tell me about it. Comment on it. Tell me how you're feeling, because I loved it. Like, don't get me wrong, but I still don't know the name for the emotions that I'm feeling, right? So tell me your emotions. Tell me about it. Obviously subscribe, because I do also have the Illumicrate special edition box, the Blood and Blades box. Blood and Blades? Something like that. Yeah. But it's from Illumicrate, and it's the special edition Darkdawn. I will be unboxing it on this channel, so subscribe so you can see it, because it's gonna be, I can just tell, it's gonna be absolutely bloody amazing. Okay, so if you're still around, thanks for listening to all of my rambling. I feel about 10 kilos lighter. Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you, bye!